Hello, and welcome back. I'm Aiden, your narrator for tonight. I'm here to guide you on another gentle journey, one that will lull your mind and soothe your senses. As we settle in for an evening of serene storytelling, I hope you're cozy and comfortable, ready to drift softly into a world of dreams. Tonight, we're embarking on a tranquil tale titled The Tidal Sojourn of the Selkie Weaver. In a place where sea meets land, we'll explore the life of a Selkie, a mythical being who weaves stories into threads of time as the tides paint endless mosaics upon the sandy shore. Our story is woven with the soft rustle of the ocean breeze and the tender glow of a silvery moon, crafting a tapestry that invites you to dream. Before we begin, I'd love to know, what is your favorite nature-inspired bedtime ritual? Perhaps it's a calming walk beneath the stars, or the soft murmur of a lullaby whispered by the wind. Share your thoughts and rituals with our growing community. If you're enjoying these calming adventures, consider subscribing and joining us nightly as we journey through soothing narratives designed to ease you into restful slumber. Now let's take a moment together to breathe. Wherever you are, gently close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so. Inhale deeply through your nose, letting your chest rise gently. Hold for a moment, imagining the warmth of the sun sinking softly into the horizon. And now, exhale slowly, releasing any tension, feeling lighter with each breath. Let your breathing find its natural rhythm, like the ebb and flow of the tides we'll soon visit. Let's transition now into our story for tonight, as the curtain of dusk embraces us, and together we embark upon the tidal sojourn of the Selkie Weaver. As twilight enveloped the sleepy coast, hues of lilac and silver danced upon the ocean's surface, each wave caressing the shore like a gentle whisper. Ailsa, a Selkie, wandered along the sands where her sealskin lay hidden beneath smooth pebbles. She felt the warmth of the fading sun on her cheeks, the salty breeze tousling her dark hair gently, as she moved with a grace that seemed almost ethereal. The rhythmic call of the sea was ever present, a melodic hum that resonated within her very being. Her world was one of delicate balance, a dance between land and ocean, reality and myth. She felt both at home and transient, a traveler between realms, where the soft lapping waves welcomed her as one of their own. Ailsa paused, crouching to examine the pebble-strewn shore. Her fingers traced the stone's cool surface, each rounded edge telling a story of time and tide. She picked it up, a small reminder of the earth, cradled intentionally in her palm. The sensation was both grounding and freeing, like holding a piece of the universe within her grasp. The sun's final rays kissed the horizon, and shadows lengthened, gradually veiling the beach in tender darkness. Ailsa stood, her gaze sweeping across the ocean's expanse. She imagined how it would feel to slip back into her sealskin, to let the water embrace her once more, as effortlessly as an exhaled breath. Behind her, the grassy dunes murmured in the breeze, a lullaby in rustling reeds. This landscape was a part of her, each grain of sand, each gust of wind, an echo of her spirit. She loved its wildness, its unpredictable tides and tranquil stillness, how it mirrored the rhythm of her heart. As the stars began to twinkle in the early night sky, the moon climbed higher, casting a serene glow over the water. Ailsa took a step forward, her bare feet sinking slightly into the wet sand, feeling the pull of the ocean as if answering a distant call. With each whispering wave that touched the shore, she imagined the tales waiting to unfold, threads of narrative weaving through time. In this space where the land met the sea, possibility was endless, a notion that cradled her heart as night settled softly around her. She lingered, a solitary figure against the vastness, known to the night, part of its eternal dance. Yet her hand still held the pebble closely, grounding her to this moment, this pause, in her harmonious journey between heartbeats and tides. Beneath the gentle glow of moonlight, Ailsa made her way towards a small cottage nestled at the edge of the dune. Its walls, crafted from weathered wood, stood as a testament to time's tender touch. Inside, the scent of fresh sea air blended with the subtle aroma of lavender, a fragrance she had grown to cherish. This was her sanctuary, a place where sea and land coalesced, allowing her to engage in her craft unhurriedly. Here, she had built her loom, a beautifully intricate framework of driftwood and sea glass. By day, it gleamed with oceanic hues, and by night, it shimmered under the lamp's golden glow. Ailsa ran her fingers over the woven tapestry, feeling the texture of spun yarn and silken threads. Each line and curve held the whisper of crashing waves, the rustle of leaves stirred by a sea breeze, the soft footsteps of dreams across her nights spent weaving. As her fingers danced across the threads, she wove stories as old as the tides themselves. Her craft was a delicate art, a merging of worlds and times into a single, cohesive tale. Each tapestry held its own rhythm, its melody flowing seamlessly from one hue to the next, conjuring images of distant shores and hidden coves. In the quiet solitude of her room, the world outside seemed to soften, the wind's gentle sigh a whisper at the windows. The night deepened, and as Ailsa worked, her thoughts wandered to the ocean she so loved. Its vastness was a comfort, a reminder of her dual heritage, weaving her tales into the fabric of dreams just beyond reach. The woven threads on her loom shimmered under the flickering lamp, tracing patterns cast by the undulating tides. Each strand represented a memory, a moment suspended in time, stories waiting to be shared and cherished. She paused in her work, listening to the soft hush of the sea beyond her door, the world grounded yet ethereal, like a lullaby fading into the night. This was her world, woven from whispers of secret tales and gentle revelations. With the tapestry glowing in the soft light, Ailsa let her hands fall to her sides, resting her eyes upon her work. In its intricate textures, she saw her own story, a journey not just between realms, but within herself, where every thread of her tapestry wove her past into her present. The night held a tender embrace, guiding her thoughts into a space of warmth and peace. Amidst the silence, she drew in a slow, calming breath, grounding herself in this moment where her heart beat in time with the rhythm of the waves. With her weaving concluded for the evening, Ailsa stepped quietly onto the wooden deck outside her cottage. The moon hung high in the sky, its reflection dancing on the waves in a cascade of silver ribbons. This was the hour she loved most, when the world seemed to hold its breath, and only the gentle heartbeat of the sea sang in accompaniment. The cool night air swept gently across her cheeks, carrying with it the scent of salt and moss, a perfume unique to this stretch of coast. Ailsa leaned against the rail, feeling the wood warm beneath her touch, absorbing the subtle sounds around her, the distant call of an owl, the rustle of leaves in the night breeze. Her mind drifted on the currents of the night, wandering past the line where the sea met sky, exploring memories crafted in moonlight. Here, beneath the stars, she felt timeless, wrapped in the infinite possibilities the night promised. The gentle lapping of the tide against the shore was a constant rhythm, smoothing the edges of the night. It was a sound Ailsa knew she would carry with her long after the tide receded, a soft symphony that wove her soul into the fabric of the universe. She let her eyes close, her breath aligning with the ocean's gentle ebb and flow, allowing serenity to fill her with each inhalation. The sensation of her luminous dreams unfolding, like the delicate tendrils of sea foam, embraced her, soft, ethereal, and comforting. As the stars twinkled in the deep velvet sky, Ailsa's thoughts returned to her woven stories, those tapestries that captured the essence of the sea's endless whispers. They were journeys anchored to the colors of dawn and dusk, tales where her spirit danced with the rhythm of the natural world. Embraced by the night, she traced constellations that whispered of secrets untold, their luminescence guiding her thoughts gently back to where dreams unfurled. In this moment, the universe felt tender, a cocoon nurturing her spirit, enshrouded in a gentle, star-kissed calm. Here, where the land kissed the sea beneath a moonlit sky, everything seemed possible. Her heart, entwined with the waves, swayed softly to the night's soothing melody, a melody that lulled her to a tranquil place beyond waking hours. The dawn broke softly over the horizon, painting the sky in gentle pinks and oranges. As Ailsa awoke to another gift of day, she lingered for a moment in the warmth of her bed, listening to the whisper of the waves, the soothing melody that wrapped around her like a warm shawl. Stepping outside, the sand beneath her feet was cool and inviting, a reminder of the earth's gentle, unwavering presence. She could feel the heartbeat of the ocean once again calling to her, offering its timeless rhythm, a comforting friend in its endless cycle. Ailsa wandered along the shore, her gaze following the curve of the beach where the departing tide had left a lace of seaweed and shells. Each step was deliberate and slow, her senses alive with the textures and sounds of this tranquil world. The sea mist clung to her hair, a delicate veil that graced her brow in the fresh morning light. The soft rustle of the dune grass kept her company, a quiet conversation between her and the world she deeply cherished, harmonized by the songs of early morning seabirds. As she strolled, Ailsa's mind drifted back to her loom, to the stories yet to be drawn from the skeins of wool and silk that awaited her touch. Despite the grandeur of the sea's narrative, it was often the smaller stories, the nuances, that captivated her most. Here and there, the gentle curves of the sand cradled the relics of the sea's evening dance. She stopped to gather some of these ocean gifts, a glistening shell, a smooth piece of driftwood, each a fragment of the world's tapestry, each a potential story thread to spin anew. She imagined the lives once anchored to these treasures, hearing whispers of journeys across endless waters, tides of adventure, and moments of stillness. Their pasts, intimate and vast, wove themselves into her creative mind, sparking new tales of beauty and connection. Her heart was light as she returned to her cottage, the morning unfolding like a canvas, awaiting the first brushstroke. She carried with her an array of found objects, mementos meant to inspire new stories woven into the embrace of her loom. As the parfum of sun-warmed earth mingled with her favorite salty scent, Ailsa breathed deeply, grounding herself in a harmony that mirrored the morning sky, a sky rimmed with promise, softly paving the way for the unfolding day and its woven wonders. For Ailsa, the journey this day was gentle, her path along the shore lined with devoted moments of patience and presence. Thoughts of weaving the stories of the sea swirled about her, wrapped in the steady embrace of nature's own endless story, unraveling like a ballad in the sunlit morning. With her treasures from the morning walk now laid out before her, Ailsa began the delicate task of selecting threads for her newest creation. The loom stood patiently, its arms open wide, inviting yet another journey into the heart of storytelling. She selected colors that mirrored the sea's moods, the deep green of kelp forests, the vibrant blues of open water, and the pearlescent sheen of water meeting sunlight. Careful fingers worked with quiet assurance, weaving each new thread into the warp, a tapestry of nature itself. Here in her cottage, the air was filled with the rhythmic click of the shuttle, a soothing counterpoint to the ocean's distant sigh. Each passage of yarn became a tale woven in gentle arcs, a dialogue with the sea's ancient voice, revealing stories both simple and profound. Ailsa's recent explorations along the shore mingled with her thoughts, and she found herself dreaming of the tales enshrined beneath the waves. There, within the vast oceanscape, stories lingered in silence, stories kissed by the sun, whispered by whirls of currents, cradled in the embrace of coral boughs. Gathering an iridescent shell from her morning stroll, she held it up to the light, watching its colors dance along the edges of the room. She felt the shell's stories, echoes of the tide, the traveler's song, yearning to be heard like a poetic composition etched into the universe's ledger. With measured patience, she wove these nuances into her tapestry, infusing texture with luminosity, a reflection of the beautiful enigma that was life itself. Under her attentive watch, each thread came together, a vibrant array that transformed into a singular voice speaking of myriad journeys. The sun arched higher, its beams filtering through the cottage windows, playing across the surface of her work. The breeze from the sea stretched through the room, mingling once more with lavender's fragrance, a partnership of comfort and calm. As the tapestry grew, Ailsa's spirit soared with the ethereal gift each thread seemed to impart, a quiet connection to the universe spinning in time, as much a part of her stories as the vibrant hues in hand. For here, nestled beneath the sheltering beams of her sanctuary, she found unity in the weaving of her heart's own narrative. Inspiration flowed endlessly, like the ocean itself, a melody sung without beginning or end, crafting dreams that spun their own golden reality with patient love. As the sun traced its arc across the sky, Ailsa's hands moved with the grace of the ocean's own dance, shedding new light on the age-old tales whispered to her under the moonlit tides. As the afternoon sun dipped towards the horizon, Ailsa stepped outside, drawn by the inviting call of the surf. The sand beneath her feet felt warm and familiar, tracing her steps back to the sea's door. She felt the day's colors wrap around her, a shawl of oranges, pinks, and lavenders, fading serenely into twilight's embrace. Her feet carried her toward the shallows, where the ocean playfully reached to meet her, as though in friendly greeting. The familiar chill of the water was invigorating, a reminder of the life flowing just beneath its surface. Ailsa dipped her fingers into the rising tide, feeling its pulse echo with her own. Here, the boundary between water and land became poetically blurred, a dance of perpetual motion captured in fleeting moments. Above her, gulls soared gracefully, their cries interwoven with the sea breeze as the world lingered on the edge of silence. Once more, she listened deeply, her heart aligned with the sea's rhythms, losing herself in the harmonious dialogue of wave meeting shore. Stories whispered in gentle iterations, a lullaby for soul and skin. Her mind drifted, drawn to the legends of her ancestors, those who had walked these shores and felt the same call from the depths. In the diaphanous light, she considered the stories still unwoven, tales of sea creatures swimming, where sunlight danced shimmering shadows. There were tangles of seaweed that clutched whispers of adventures long past, where perseverance and grace painted their own narrative arc. The ocean's gentle embrace mirrored her thoughts, soft yet determined, like the intrepid hands weaving her tapestry back home. Each wave felt like an invitation to delve deeper into dreams and memories both known and unseen, where histories wrapped around the heart like tendrils of mist. Ailsa stayed at the water's edge, letting the sea melt into her awareness, pulling her ever lovingly closer to its heart's lullaby. There, she danced with the rhythm of the tides, grounded yet infinitely free, her spirit calmed by the murmuring overlap of sea and sky. Slowly, her thoughts returned to the haven she'd come to call home, enriched by the day's inspirations and the sea's gentle nudges towards discovery. With night encroaching, she gathered these tidal gifts, stitching them into her heart's aurora, a narrative curve dancing on the horizon. And so she turned back, her steps slow as the day's last light slumbered into dusk. Her tapestry wasn't only upon the loom, it was written across the ocean's expanse, cradled within each delicate breath, guiding her home under a celestial sky, whispering dreams yet to be known. Twilight had fully draped the world outside as Ailsa returned to her cottage, swapping soft sunlight for the softer glow of the lantern. She settled into her favorite chair by the window, where she could still glimpse the ocean's silhouette holding a dark velvet stillness against the night sky. Inside, the warmth embraced her, melding seamlessly with lavender's lingering essence, calming her with its familiarity as she released a restful sigh. The room's corners danced in gentle shadows, flickering serenely in rhythm with the slow burn of the candle wick. Looking out past the glass, she felt nestled within the gentle night. The stars shone brightly, as if scattered by a thoughtful hand across the expanse above, marking each moment of silence with their twinkling whispers. The waves beyond, unseen, continued their eternal songs, unhindered by night's embrace. Ailsa's thoughts strolled quietly through the day's memory lanes, revisiting the tender melodies played each moment by the sea. She had walked a long path woven with gentle tales, a journey both soothing and inspiring, documenting the ocean's own turns and tides. In that serene moment, she revisited the loom awaiting her touch, its intricate tapestry mid-composition, cradled by the promise of new stories yet to be unveiled. A gentle hand traced across her heart, following the day's unspoken rhythms, conjuring images of creativity yet unexplored. Storms of inspiration, catching waves, singing under dim starlight. were channeled under the timorous guidance of steady breath. With each glance exchanged between star and sand, she found profound peace, her soul entwined in the delicate imprints of dream and sea. Her contemplation was unhurried, accepting the languid passage of time. Fingers traced idle patterns upon soft textile, acknowledging interconnectedness, knowing every touch within the universe's loom echoed eternally back. Around her, the quiet murmurs of the home joined the night chorus. Floorboards creaked to the warmth's lull. The wind's hushed prayers melded harmony, a melody designed to remain unheard. This home of nest and loom, of dreams, hearts awake, nestled in the night's gentle embrace. In the folds of solitude, she found contentment held fast, wrapped in night's velvet breath, heavy with dreams, anchored in serene stillness. Surrendering to its gentle cradle, she welcomed calm as the mirror sea embraced each breath, unabated by time or tide. Taking another sip of the evening's calm, Ailsa settled deeper into Dream's serenade, a sandcastle built just beyond sight, poised in patience, shaped softly by the thoughtful crescent of Moon's quiet gaze. Night deepened into an ever softer lull as the candle's slow glow swayed gently, its light casting an inviting dance across the woven threads and monochrome shadows around Ailsa's peaceful den. The hearth's warmth blended seamlessly with the home's gentle hush, crafting a cocoon of restful night. From her windowed nook, Ailsa listened to the quiet revelations of the night, the sea's song, now a softly murmuring lullaby, a steady conversation lying behind the whispering hums of the night breeze. In the distance, the horizon lay groomed in tranquility under a sea of stars. With a gentle stretch, she adjusted her position, cradled within cushions of softened textures, her mind sailing gently through unfamiliar horizons where stars were mirrors upon couches of reflection. Each twinkle beckoned her imagination gently into endless embrace. Here was a pocket of time, soft, inviolate, held tight within the world's turning kaleidoscope. Her senses drifted in the processes of weaving dreams, the tactile engagement with the loom's familiar touch pulling her thoughts along sunlit tides. Beneath eyelids lightly weighted by gentle peace, colors wove together vibrant pictures, an aurora of stories dancing with the constancy of waves, spoken as one seamless memory. Ailsa felt herself sway to those whispers, a night-woven spell threading her dreams through heaven's own loom. The world outside softened further into quietude, the ocean kissing restless sands. Mirrored below the inky sky's window, where the moon watched over serendipity's play, all remained at peace, its embrace forging gentle arcs of interconnected dreams. As the shadows once long receded, serenading harmony blanketed everything in sight, shrouding the observed and unseen with wondrous repose. This sacred slumber stretched endlessly, held safe between hands tender, where each quiet sigh echoed eternity, tracing paths between forgotten shores and ocean's voice. Where Ailsa had once stood, tethered to place and time, now danced a spirit free, weaving with purpose and unsung grace, a union of the spirit world stitched into earth's hallowed skin. Layered sonnets and unsung lullabies wove themselves into her luminous tapestry, returning always to simple truths. In the great spread of night's vast tapestry, she found her heart unburdened, serenely present in its own rhythm. The soothing melody of creation at her fingertips transcended beyond designs. Within this vital dance, life's luminous weave carried stories to treasure unvoiced by world's end. Under shared cosmos, Ailsa dreamed, cradled in night's nurturing arms, a melody shared along celestial shores, encircling sired tide's silent passage beyond waking's grasp. Held as in a single, gentle breath, night's stars guided her assuredly through lucid tapestry of unseen dreams. Night flowed past its zenith, ushered on by starlight, their scintillant watch over the land both reassuring and serene. Ailsa felt herself neither bound to place nor time, her senses loosely held by a soft net of dreams spun beneath heaven's canopy. In this moment, all was calm, the hush of the world inviting introspection wrapped in the tranquility of a star-brushed silence. The loom waited, each strand alive, whispering stories both captured and receding, like the evanescent tides. Returning to her weaving, her hands moved with practiced grace, railing rhythm, a light with insights formed beyond night's embrace. The gentle dance resumed, one stitch entwined with another, a carefully crafted symphony evoking nature's own infinite melody. Each thread lay guided by hands inspired, tracing unseen paths amongst stars, turning and spinning narrative echoes as yet intangible, waiting to kiss the yearning heart awake. Beneath the soft glow, these threads sang sweetly with sobering power, a reminder joy transcends ephemeral bounds. In that tender light, Ailsa's spirit felt buoyant, buoyed upon the silken luminescence of dreams roaming freely across the star-drift seas. Resonating deeply, the soft, clicking notes of her work mark time quietly passing, unfurling arias of countless harmonies. Leaning ever closer, a star's gentle light settled tenderly onto fabric, whispering tales caught forever binding, contained infinity, recalling stories yet spoken which sang of unwritten verses held within shelter of universe's echo. In crafting her tapestry, Ailsa found peace in the rhythm of creative pursuit, in the contemplative air suspended between two worlds, the ebbing sea embracing sand, the stars painting the night's poetry across darkened skies. The loom cradled more than threads. It contained dreams caught mid-bloom, echoing whispered hopes, stories of ocean's confluences reflected within each knotted twist and sweep. This world, bound in threads of memory and starshine, brought Ailsa's essence to life. Starfire twined gently with her purpose, urging her toward describing that most effervescent amalgam, the angel's hymnal, where breaks soul's silence, shaping whispers spun serenely in forms peeled from universe's raw elements glowing luminous. Wherever present spirit lay enshrouded, Ailsa shone brightly, held close in sanctuary's warmth amidst night-rained gems spreading hues untold. She knew peace here contained, threaded among earth's arcane story, carried through melody's crucible, easing tempests beyond tides. A gentle breath accompanied night's vast glow. Eyes feasted upon its intricate tapestry frozen in place by night's enchantment. Once scattered cowards, now crescented hands, nestled within timelessness, wove celestial's most perfect frame among horse-drawn chariots. As the first hints of dawn approached, the horizon softened under the gentle hands of emerging light, caressing the earth awake. The stars dimmed their vigil, bidding farewell to the tranquil night, having whispered their stories upon the threads of Ilara's tapestry. Ailsa stood at the shore once more, feeling the ocean meet her with its eternal embrace, a lullaby born of countless dawns, whispering across forgotten shores. The gentle caress of morning air on her skin comforted her, a harmonious exchange reflecting the world's quiet promise. She felt the sun rise within as surely as across the sky, a fire woven not from flames but from hope, an enduring light carried through night's grace into each new day. The world about her felt at peace, cradling the gentle whisper of her heart in its cleft. The tapestry woven within her spirit stood completed, threads interlaced with dreams coaxed from stardust and ocean songs. Here, laid bare beneath rising sun's blush, her journey became the silent pulse of waves softly undulating beside the sun-kissed stone. She breathed deeply, inhaling the blanket scent of brine and earth cloaked in morning's mellow hue, finding herself anchored by the yawning light of promises unspoken. The ocean's voice carried endlessly onward, painting whispers of yet untold tales across the sky. There, on the cusp of night and day, Ailsa knew the sacred unity drawn from life's ceaseless currents tracing timeless tales upon her loom, fragments lost in time, woven into symphony's flowing mass, held within dreams unfurling fragile landscapes. With heart at ease, she listened as the tide lightly kissed the shore, a song all its own, underscoring harmony's perpetual hum. She knew this moment, hallowed in its sovereign serenity, was yet lit by laughter, love, and quiet resonance born of ocean's inevitable dance. The night's stories faded gently, leaving behind an echoing balm, a peace reflected in drapery drawn across reality's infinite panorama, woven from sunrise's gentle bath. A dream, resting within sleep's trails, sung beneath mighty heaven's threshold. As waves returned their song to tender shores, guiding Ilara's heart to stillness, she understood. This path brimming with nature's melody would lead her kindly evermore. Even as dreams emerged under dawn's light, serenity granted freedom the spirit cradled within. In the embrace of a new day, resting peacefully, she welcomed the unfolding tale, grounded, serene, held lovingly within the eternal arms of earth and star. To the rhythm of existence, she swayed gently, lulled ever deeper in a symphony that allowed her heart to simply be, rendering its journey from midnight's whisper to morning light's gentle caress. Ailsa remained here, resting beneath a tapestry wrought by the universe, woven dreams that knew neither end nor beginning, but the soft promise whispering tales that spoke of deep shimmering waters upon whom rested perpetual peace.